back for the women's lacrosse segment. We got Alana Alongi back here and John Andersen. So the team is off to a great start, 3-0 in the season. They've played real well. A great game against Connecticut in that overtime 7-6 victory.
Great game. Great game.
We're looking for some offensive contributors here. We said we lost a lot of those last year. So, John, who stepped up for this team?
Well, we actually lost 4 out of 5 of them, which is pretty huge because that's not something that you like coming into another year. But we've actually got sophomore Hannah Murphy. The one drawback about her is that she is from Duxbury. That's my high school's rival. We call it Deluxeberry. Which are rich slobs. Anyways, she's actually a midi, and she's got 10 goals in 3 games. And especially in a game like lacrosse, middies usually aren't the position that's getting 10 goals. It's usually the attack players.
Yep.
And she's got, like I said, 10 in 3 games. And especially for someone who's mainly been used for draw control. Last season, she won 46 draws and only had about 10 points. And she played in most of the games, too. So she'd win the draw, and they'd take her out. But this year, she's a sophomore. Like we said, they lost offensive contributors. And now she's winning draws, and then she's staying out on the field. And she has 2 3-goal games and a 4-goal game, which came in the win against UNH this past Saturday.
Wow, 10 goals already. That's crazy. But, yeah, John talks about the offense. We're going to shift things over to the defense, Alana. What's going on there? Because it's obviously all good.
Well, yeah, the defense has definitely been a key factor in the Minutewomen's success early on this season. As of now, they're ranked 11th nationally in scoring defense, allowing just under 6 goals a game, which is huge. But, I think what contributes to this is the fact that they, continue to force turnovers in their end. They had 14 against UNH, 15 against UConn. So that's an extremely important part, in winning games. Also, they've been great, again, on ground balls. Amber Tobin specifically is ranked individually 8th nationally, so with 4, ground balls a game. So I think all these factors play into why they've been so successful offensively, because it all starts with defense.
It all starts with the defense. That's the case in every sport. Every sport you see, we see it with the men's basketball team. We definitely see it with hockey, because at goaltender and defense, they've had a lot of trouble. But now, talking about goaltenders, we're going to shift to the goaltender of this team, and that's Kate Valieri. What's going on with her?
Well, you mentioned hockey, Chris, and it's actually funny because a lot of people think that lacrosse is like a very similar sport to hockey, mainly because they're both, all Canadian-based. And having a 5.17 goals against average in lacrosse is not a bad thing, seeing as the net is actually 6x6 instead of 6x4. So it's actually a huge net. And I mean, if you watch men's lacrosse, there's a lot more goals than there certainly is in women's lacrosse. And I'm not being sexist. That's just what happens in it because there's a lot of different rules in women's lacrosse. But like I said, Rachel Valarelli, 5.17 save percentage is a phenomenal save percentage because she's making saves when she's need to. She's faced 41 shots this year and only let in 15 goals. So again, that's a save percentage that is something to be very proud of, and that's what helps the offense as well because she's making the saves she needs to, and they're retaining possession of the ball, and they're scoring goals.
All right, well, we're hoping that this continues because they're playing real well to start the season, obviously undefeated, so we're looking for that to continue. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right, we'll be right back, and we'll be talking men's lacrosse. Stay tuned.